Alright, so I have been working on this for about 5 hours total now, and I figured the easiest way to show you how to work out what I did is for me to make this video. I know it's kind of nerdy, but it's the simplest way because it gets pretty confusing. Alright, so this is your sheets. You have your tables, calculating of the tables, and then I threw in some bar graphs just to, show you how much you're doing. Up top, there's one for every month. I can scroll over this way. There's one for every month. There's 31 slots, so there should be enough for every day. And it goes all the way until May of 2016, so exactly a year. I went back a month, so you could start this about the time you started volunteering. So you could fill in all your information. Alright, so let's get started. First, you're going to put the date. So say you worked June 7th. So you'd put 6-7, enter. So now it knows that you worked on the 7th. Now, say you went in the 7th at 0800 hours. 08, you have to put the colon or else it won't work. 0800, and then enter. Alright, so these little things pop up. Don't worry, when we keep typing, it'll work out. So say you left at 1600. Alright, so now in your total hours, in today you worked total hours, you worked 8 hours. So over here in your monthly total, this will say 8.0 hours. So also, if you scroll down in your hours worked, it'll give you a date in a bar graph of what you worked. So say you ran 6 calls. You put a 6 there, enter. So then down here it does the same thing. 6-7, number of calls 6. So that's pretty easy. But say you go in on June the 10th. And say you go in at night. So say you go in at 1930. Okay? It's going to freak out on you for just a minute, but don't worry. So say you leave at 0900. If you notice, it's giving you a negative number, right? That's because this software doesn't recognize days of the weeks. So if you leave it this way, you actually now you're negative 2 hours and 50 minutes, 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours. I'm sorry. So what you got to do is tell it that this day is a different day. So if you double click on 1930, a date will pop up. So 7/27/15. I know it doesn't match that because it's today's date. You can edit this to be that date. It doesn't matter. So now double click on this one, and since you left that next morning, you've actually left on the 11th. So when you put the 11th in and hit enter, it fixes itself. So that's how you get across the midnight mark. You have to double click in here and tell it that you actually got off the next day. See, up here it's the same day, so it calculates it. Down here it won't. So you have to tell it that it's a different day in which you worked. Then say you worked 5 calls. So all this is going to start tallying up. You'll get your bar graph will keep adjusting and keep growing. This bar graph will keep adjusting and keep growing. And then once this month is done, file save, hit July. And then you'll just start over again, and then it'll give you a running total of everything throughout the whole entire month. I have saved a copy of all these, so if for some reason it gets messed up, like if you double click here, you're going to see a huge formula. So try not to mess with any of those, because it just gets real confusing. But that's about it. There's not much more to say. If you have any questions, just give me a call. And always remember, everybody talks. It started with the whisper, and now it's when I kissed her, and then she made my lips hurt.